Welcome, viewer, to another long-delayed episode of Let's Play Bard's Tale. Why has it been so long? Well, here's the thing. Bard's Tale it's kind of a game that I think I would have enjoyed a long time ago, back in my sprightly youth, you know. It involves a lot of grinding, and there's really not that much to the game, ultimately, at least to the NES version. I know that there are more classes that you can play with and stuff on the PC version, so that gives you a little extra to do, but on this version I think there's like 5 dungeons, and there's not a lot of extra meat on it, and I'm not gonna say it's a bad game, especially for an NES game, you know, back in the day. It gives you something to do. It's worth playing, but Let's playing it is very frustrating because, I mean, I obviously don't want to record 5 hours of grinding level between each video, but that's what I have to do, is, you know, grind for like easily 5 hours between videos. So right now, as you noticed, we've just gone into this bar right next to the tavern right next to the Adventurers Inn. I don't think I showed that before. Oh, and another thing to show, obviously this is a good place to come after you adventure. I was just gonna have another root beer, why not? It's tasty, so you might as well have one. This is a good place to come after an adventure to restock your bard's throat, I guess. Restock his throat. Don't know what kind of stuff you're storing in his throat. I don't want to know, that could get dirty real fast. So, he says he doesn't have any grape juice, you can get it at the Scarlet Bard. So, that'll tip you off right in the beginning of the game to look at the Scarlet Bard. Rumors, if you want to increase the level of your power, go to the review council. So, none of that is as hard to find as it is on the PC version, which I believe I have already said in the past. Since I summoned a Wind Giant, I'm going to restore the magic points from that, and we shall be off. So what are we doing in this episode? You may be curious. We're going to go into the Catacombs and just do a little story run. So I'm going to hit up all the story areas, run into worthless mutts, and we're not ready for combat. That's absolutely ridiculous. And if they even hit us, I'll be very annoyed. Wow. You know, I haven't given that Wind Giant a try yet. He's rather magisterial, I guess, if that works. I could make Ivrogne into a front-rank fighter, but I feel like ultimately that would just cost me more healing spells because his AC isn't that great. The reason that Babak, Frogart, and Tien have lower AC, or better AC as it were, is because they got they all have mithril shields from the Catacombs, and 2 of them have mithril gloves. Mithril shield, I believe, improves your AC by 2 over a round shield, so that's definitely worthwhile. Okay, so let's speak to him. We get to enter the Catacombs. We've seen that before. Obviously we have to cast Mage Flame. There's nothing further to see on the first level, so it's just a matter of getting through it. Let's sing Wayland's Watch, a tune that I'm not really fond of. Well, obviously I take one step and I'm in a fight. It's very difficult to quantify that sort of statistic, you know. It supposedly reduces your encounter rate, but in the words of Jerry Maguire, show me the money. And if I got that wrong, I'm sorry, I'm not much of a pop culture guy, so, you know, well, I am, but, you know, it's a very particular area of pop culture. I don't quite want to say nerd culture. I've never really felt like I was really a nerd. Not to disparage on nerds, but, I don't do all the things that nerds do, you know, or geeks, or dweebs, or dorks, or whatever. I don't know if one really does make real distinctions between those, but you know, I wear glasses, so surely I must belong in some ways to some subset of that. So that's an illusionary wall. I know it's there, so I'm not going to get too RP with that. Like, oh, what is this? I cannot see it. No. Because I don't know what determines whether or not you'll see that door. Sometimes I've seen it, sometimes I haven't. And we go this way, and instead of going through that door, turn left, go through here, and we are very close to the stairs down to the second level. Since there's nothing to see on the first level, we're going to go down to the second level, and go around this little leg here and head north. Most of this level is pointless, there's nothing there, nothing to see, so where you want to go is down here. This is, when you get to this intersection down here, that's where you start to get in the area where everything is at. A monster, again, I hope we don't have to fight them. I don't like the wizards, because they can do a lot of damage and they're really not worth much. See, supposedly we have this tune on. It doesn't sound like it's on anymore though, so let's sing again. See, that's another thing, it doesn't last long enough, any of these things. Get my bearings. Okay, yeah, okay. So, first things first. We'll go through this door, and right into another fight. These things are nasty. If you can run from them, obviously it's good for experience, but right now I'm just trying to show you some things. Those are seekers, they're each worth 200 experience, so that's neat, but they can also summon wind warriors. They hit very hard, so they're not pleasant. They're definitely worthwhile, but not when you're trying to get somewhere. A magic mouth appears and says, "When Ealdrek was buried in this tomb, he wore a crystal. It had tremendous power and was called the Crystal Eye." So I'm just assuming we need that, because there aren't very many of these little messages throughout the game, so the chances are, if anything is said, it's significant, because this isn't a game with enough, like, substance to really have throwaway stuff. More worthless things. I'm not sure if that tune helps you run away better. That would definitely make it worthwhile, in my book. Oh, okay. So, it's been a while. No. Oh man, this is gonna suck. They can do so much damage to us. It's very annoying. I don't like anything about these guys. I don't care about the... Oh no, you dumb giant. Because now they can summon an instant ogre, which is like 10 times stronger than they are. Stupid wind giant. You could have fought one of the stacks of 3 instead of fighting the one. Anyway, we digress. Or actually, we egress. Which is what we meant to do. In the words of, one famous nerd, "I don't have to take this. I'm going home." And that's not meant to be Cartman, by the way. So, wow. Those guys hit for so much less when you've got the Seeker's Ballad on. Because it improves your AC by like 2, and they only hit for like maybe 8 HP. I vastly prefer, and I have no idea what it means to vastly prefer something, so don't ask me, but I definitely prefer the Seeker's Ballad to the Wayfarer's Watch, or whatever it is. So this is the Room of Clerics. Does that have any meaning? Not really. There's an open book on the table that reads, "The great Tarjan's statue is one-eyed." One-eyed.